So you want to grow your Instagram to at least 10,000 followers, you watch all the videos out there dissecting the latest algorithm changes and growth methods, and yet you can't seem to get traction and get people to actually notice you. Well, listen up, because in this video we'll dissect the formula to getting rapid Instagram growth in 2023, taking in the most common traits and strategies my students and other creators have actually used to inject super fast growth periods. I'll show you the exact strategy a creator just used to grow to almost 300,000 followers in the span of 3 weeks, and because I know you watch a lot of content that's usually the same, in this video I'll share some stuff you probably won't find anywhere else. I'm not gonna say stuff like what I just saw on Instagram recently. I grew my account to 100,000 followers. Here's what I did. I had a strategy and I stayed consistent. 5,000 likes. Duh. Never heard that before. I'm also not just gonna give you some made-up advice that sounds like it's sophisticated, but nobody's actually ever tested it before in real life. No, my friends, today I'm actually gonna give you a 7-step practical formula you need to implement right now. To be honest, I'm not sure if it's actually 7 steps, but we're gonna figure out together over the course of this video. And all of the things we're gonna talk about today come from data and insights I've gotten from working with students and brands, for example, in my creator mentorship program, which, by the way, will have another very special, slightly different run starting April 9th, but more on that a little later. The first step to reverse engineer this process will probably offend some of you, but yeah, sometimes people just need a wake-up call, I guess. Probably even 75% of people who come to me are guilty of this, and this is sort of the pre-step of making this whole formula work. Take a step back, take a look at your content, and really true to your heart, think to yourself, is your content really worthy of getting 10,000 views, 100,000 views, maybe even 1,000,000 views? For example, just picture 10,000 people in a room, which is, by the way, a pretty big room, and they all came for the same thing. And then you come out and perform your content or show them your content. How would they react, honestly? Would they laugh at you? Would they think it's some amateur style? Or would they think it's boring? Or maybe they think it's great and it's actually the actual thing, the very thing that they came for. And taking a look at the fastest growing creators, the bottom foundation, if you will, they all have is that an outside person who's never seen or heard of them immediately recognizes them to be a creator with a purpose, meaning it's not random content at all, ever. And it also has sort of a minimum viable content quality, which is, by the way, true for all platforms, not just Instagram. I mean, just take a look at some of the recent profile review requests that I got. By the way, you can just sign up down below in the description for free somewhere. If you're one of them, hello. Here's the latest request that I got. They say they're in the ladies fashion niche and their main problem is not getting enough followers. So let's take a look. Yeah. Just taking a look, the content quality is just not there at all, although it's picking up if we take a look. But there's no clear purpose, right? The profile's not optimized for getting followers, and it's not really inviting for somebody, some outside person, to actually stay, hit that follow button, and actively wait for them to post more content. Actually, let's dissect the statement a little deeper, because in this actually lies the formula of rapid social media growth. Number one, you need a purpose, which means a niche and an ultimate end goal to make people with a similar goal or interest be interested in you. And you truly need to understand these people in order to serve them with purposeful content. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. Then, according to you and your ideal followers' purpose, you need to optimize your profile to increase every chance of them actually hitting that follow button. You know, that really depends on your audience. People always ask me, well, how to optimize a profile. There's some rules, but it actually depends. It's some psychological factor behind it. What can you do to make somebody like Jim, for example, more likely to follow you? Is it a certain sentence that makes him instantly resonate with you just a little bit more? Think of basically anything that could push somebody who's slightly interested and intrigued just over the edge to make them think, wow, I actually want more of that. I don't want to miss that anymore. And this last bit is actually the most powerful way to open the algorithm floodgates, get recommended, and grow like crazy. Make people want more. Recently, even Instagram themselves spoke about this on their creators account, although, yeah, like always, a little bit hidden between the lines. They say, Jesus Nalgas tripled his audience and has over 440,000 followers who tune into his vibrant energy, recurring reels, stories, and lives. The key word here actually being recurring reels, aka serious. It's been a thing on YouTube actually for a while, but also Instagram keeps mentioning it here and there. Session times are actually where it's at. We've predicted this actually, or I predicted this actually more than a year ago here on this channel. So yeah, if you want to keep being in the loop and sort of be ahead of the curve slightly, you know what you gotta do. But yeah, basically this whole thing means the more content you can make people watch in a single session, right, without leaving the platform, without closing the app, the more reach you're gonna get subsequently. And obviously this works best through creating a series. Let me show you a very interesting example of that in action, and it kind of follows what Ryan Trahan did over here at YouTube. What a surprise. The basic principles of content creation are the same everywhere. What a surprise. This guy right here is Tommy Carroll, and according to my research, he grew about 47,000 followers over the span of a year or two, right? Pretty consistently. He made pretty good content. In my opinion, lacked a little bit of direction, you know, a few little tweaks of this formula that we talk about here in this video. But then, yeah, just about a month ago, he actually changed his whole strategy. Basically, what he did was to create a series where he spends 30 days learning 30 different skills, and it blew up. His account grew actually almost by 300,000 followers in about 3 weeks, and the thing that actually made the whole difference was that people people were actively waiting for another episode, right? One day per episode, one episode per day, signaling the algorithm, well, this guy's got something right there. This guy's good for both of us. In addition to that, right, new people who just had discovered him, let's say 17 days in, most likely started to binge his content all the way starting from day one. Now here's a little